What's up guys, it's JPR. I'm gonna try my best to record this video really fast because I don't want to like have a Tyranitar spawn in my neighborhood while I'm recording this video. So yeah, wish me luck. Anyway, if you've been living underneath a rock, the Gen 2 update has launched for Pokemon Go, and there is a whole lot of new stuff that got added to the game. And the number one thing, as you've seen in the title, is evolving Eevee into either Espeon or Umbreon. Now, just like there was a method to get a guaranteed Jolteon, Vaporeon, or Flareon, there is a method to get a guaranteed Umbreon or Espeon. To get a guaranteed Espeon, you simply have to name your Eevee Sakura. And to get an automatic Umbreon, you must name your Eevee Tamao. Now, of course, Tamao and Sakura were the names of the kimono girls that used Espeon and Umbreon in the anime. You may remember that Sakura actually got some of her own episodes devoted to her. Honestly, I was kind of hoping that you would have to name your Eevee Gary to evolve it into an Umbreon just because, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Now, like the evolutions from Generation 1, this method will only work once, the first time you use it, and then it is done. After you've used it, it's gone. Now, in terms of CP, I believe that Espeon is much better than Umbreon. Mine is about 2,000 or so, while my Umbreon is about 1,300, and they were both about 600 Eevees before I evolved them, so that's just the big difference between the two. Of course, the reason for that is because Umbreon is much tankier than Espeon, so obviously it's going to have a much lower combat power. Another free evolution that you can get as soon as you upgrade to Generation 2 is Crobat. You do not need an evolutionary item for Crobat, you can just use the 100 candies and boom, there you go. And yeah, if you didn't know, there are 5 new evolutionary items to evolve things like Porygon 2 or Kingdra or whatever else. They've also added a lot of other stuff that kind of got overshadowed by Gen 2, one of which is that you can actually buy new customization items using Pokecoins. Honestly, I think there are better things that you can spend your Pokecoins on, but for those dedicated players, the options are there, and I kind of like that actually. Overall, it just seems like there's a lot of improvements in this patch. I noticed that the servers were kind of sluggish again, like for the first time in a long time. There's just so many people on playing right now that, you know, they're not as bogged down as when the game first came out, like it's not impossible to get in or anything, but you might run into a problem here and there. They seem to be pretty few and far between. And I'm kind of glad that it's happening like this because there's probably thousands of people who are coming back into the game and they're realizing, hey, this game isn't nearly as much of a mess as it was when it first came out, and they might stick around a little longer this time. Now, granted, that is going to mean a little more competition than usual, but the more people play in the game, the more fun it is, in my opinion. So I'm glad to see it happening. So be sure to let me know if this video helped you out, and also if you want to, down below, go ahead and tell me which Gen 2 Pokemon you've caught. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.